XRP holders, the deal could be falling apart. And is there a problem with the World Cup that could be affecting XRP as well? Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. It's Monday morning, so we got to get straight into it. Please read the disclaimer. Right now, XRP is sitting at $1.13, up 1.14% on the day. Bitcoin's up 1.45%, Ethereum's up about 2%, and Solana's up again 2.5%. It is a very interesting week ahead of us. We talked about this last night. There's mainly the PC inflation data on Thursday and the US GDP that is coming out on Thursday. But the main thing that is affecting everything is, will there be a deal or no deal, right? And right now, oil, when futures open, oil was up all the way up to 77, but now it's pulled back to 75. And as time goes on, the uncertainty continues. We also have UK Prime Minister expected to resign today. So we'll see what happens with that. We talked about it last night. I don't know why the video didn't get enough push again. We'll talk about why it might be in just a second. We did have a little bit of a bounce when everything opened, but since then we've seen it come back or pull down oil, and actually stocks are okay. Futures are okay for now. So we'll see. After, remember, stocks didn't trade on Friday because of Juneteenth, so maybe we're going to see a little bit more action this Monday morning, but we'll get to that. If you're interested, we have the stock channel, so I'm gonna be kicking that back up again. I'm feeling better, so we can start getting back to a regular schedule. So we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen right now. The word, where is it? I forgot to bring it up. Here. There was, of course, the Trump tweet from last night, and the negotiations fell apart. We saw the Iranians leave the negotiations. And right now, things are feeling better because the word is now that the US and Iran say they have made encouraging progress in Switzerland and agreed a roadmap to reach the final deal within 60 days, according to the joint statement released by Qatar and Pakistan. Key statement points: high-level US-Iran talks concluded in Switzerland. Working groups formed a nuclear issue, sanctions, and dispute resolutions. Direct communication line established to avoid incidents in the Strait of Hormuz. Deconfliction cell created to support the Lebanon ceasefire. Technical talks to continue this week in Switzerland. Iran's foreign minister Argachi said mediated talks involving Pakistan and Qatar delivered major progress on the Lebanon conflict. I don't understand, by the way, pause for a second, how they can decide the Lebanon conflict, but okay, right? They're not part of it. Oh, wait a second. Is Hezbollah actually Iran? No. Including wave oil and petrochemical exports restrictions, lifting off the blockade, partial release of frozen assets, and reconstruction plan launch for Iran. He cautioned that the first real test will be operational rollout of Lebanon deconfliction cell. So it's interesting, right? The countries that need to be deconflicted are not in the negotiations, right? So that always creates a problematic situation. And that's why, again, it seems to me that as days go by, the possibility of this actually coming to fruition go down, right? The more we look at the situation where Iran is demanding that Israel totally withdraw from Lebanon, right? Not the Lebanese, but Iran is asking for this. It seems less likely. They just found a huge tunnel, about 20 kilometers, right near the border. It's very low probability that that's going to happen. Okay, so as the days go by, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But I've been at this for a while. I don't know what's happening in closed doors. But I've been kind of on the money with how this everything is played out with these negotiations, and my feelings, if there would be a deal, no deal, gets pushed. Right now, we've talked about this. I think President Trump is trying to stall this as much as he can to get past the summer, get past the midterm elections, have oil prices go down, have inflation go down, not get to midterm elections where everything is very expensive. not get to midterm elections when yields are very high, get to midterm elections when the stock market is doing really good, right? That's his goal right now. And then after that, after midterm elections, he's free, right? It's the last few years of his presidency, and he is going to be able to do what he wants, more or less, right? It's always, they say that the second term, last few years, like the second term, 2 last years, the presidents usually get a lot of stuff that they wanted to do, but they were afraid to get done because of what it would happen politically. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll know in a few months what's going to happen there. Of course, from the crypto side, the Clarity Act, if it passes, doesn't pass, will of course be significant if we don't get a favorable outcome in the midterm elections for crypto. Again, we're not getting into politics, Democrat, Republicans, good or bad. But just for crypto, Republicans are more liking crypto than Democrats. So that's just how it is. So it's going to be very interesting this week. The US Senate is expected to meet this week to finalize the Clarity Act, major piece of legislation aimed at establishing a clear regulatory framework for digital assets and crypto markets. If approved, the bill could mark one of the most significant milestones for industry in the United States. So this is going to be very interesting, a very interesting week. We're not going to get July 4th, but it's coming or not coming. We'll find out. As always, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. I want to remind you also about that competition that we got going on, 3,500 XRP giveaway. If you want to win the XRP, all you got to do is sign up using my link in the description down below to BTCC. This is my go-to exchange. This is where I trade personally. And if you are interested, again, link is in the description down below. Those of you who have already signed up, you are eligible as well. And the winner is going to be the top dog, the max trader. So if you're interested, link is in the description down below. Again, this is an affiliate link. So this is your way to support the channel. So to support me and not another channel, another creator. So if you're interested, again, link is in the description down below. So next thing I want to talk about is right now, the market could be at its lowest point. Again, could be that it has been in a very, very long time. If we're looking at the rainbow chart, right now, we are very close to the bottom on the rainbow chart. There's this chart and there's this chart, right? We're not only are we in the purple, we're below the purple, right? So when you look at this kind of situation, again, we could see the market pull back more. But if you're looking at this and looking at a long-term situation for the crypto market, and you're looking at the 4-year cycle, even if we never got the banana zone and we never got the massive run up, it's still on the 4-year cycle. If it actually plays out the way it's supposed to be, then we might be very close to the bottom here. Again, we'll get to Japan in just a second. We know that when Japan raised interest rates, crypto, Bitcoin pulled back about 20-30% previous times. Maybe this time that doesn't happen because it's already pulled back. Things like this can affect what's happening. And Japan continues to be problematic. Japan has only 2 interventions left. After burning 73 billion to save the yen, Tokyo spent a record 73.4 billion on currency intervention in May and likely sold US treasuries to fund it, per Bloomberg. The yen has now erased all of those gains and is back near 162 against the dollar, its weakest level since 1986. By the way, if you want to go to Japan and you have lots of dollars, now's the time to do that, right? Because the yen is weak and your dollar is strong. And so you can get an amazing lunch for 1,000 yen or 1,200 yen, which is what, like $7? I don't know, even less. So now's the time. If you ever wanted to go, Japan's amazing. I've been twice. Under IMF rules, Japan can only intervene 2 more times before November or risk losing its freely floating currency status. So they have to be very careful right now, because if they intervene too much, then they could be penalized for this. And this could be problematic for the yen, for the Japanese economy, which, their stock market is hitting highs, but their currency is weak. So it's a very, very interesting and complex situation right now in Japan. If we go back and we look at XRP price action right now, you can see that XRP has been consolidating between these two levels, the 111 to 115. I would be interesting to see. This was from Thursday. You see, we popped up last Sunday. We got rejected here at 127. This was on the news of the deal. And then we started selling off into this support level. And since then, we've been consolidating right here. A similar Bitcoin has seen a little bit more of a rise, right? And Ethereum also similar, but also has had better action than XRP. It's very interesting. Remember, we saw all the short term averages flip to a buy, right? I think it was up to the 30. We saw flip to the buy when we saw that run up for XRP. And now they're all back to the other side and we have a strong sell. So you know that only the whole moving average of this 9 day is in a buy. You know my theory about when we get to these strong sell zones, there's high probability that we bounce back from that. But again, the question is like if XRP, let's say, does similar rally and goes up 13.5%, will you be happy with that situation? Probably not. Now, right now, a lot of what's happening, I think, or the disinterest around the crypto market, there's multiple reasons, but also I think that a lot of people around the world, and maybe in the US, it's a little bit I don't know. Maybe because it's happening in the US, there might be a little bit more excitement. But the World Cup is going on right now, and the World Cup is something that brings a lot of eyes, and people are watching the games, and there's four a day, right? And for me, it's kind of bad hours, but in the US, it's great hours, right? Especially if you can not you're not working and you can watch it all day. And so we're seeing a situation where people that are interested in soccer, football, however you call it, are less interested right now, maybe in trading, less interested in the crypto market just because of the World Cup. Could be. So we'll see. Maybe when the we get to the second round, and it's now a round of 32 because they made it more countries. So we'll see if there's less games. Maybe will people be more interested? I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be an interesting kind of couple of weeks. If suddenly crypto starts running, will there be more interest? Of course, when crypto is running, when XRP is running, of course the viewership triples, quadruples, even sometimes because people are more interested when things are popping because they want to know, ooh, why is it popping and will it pop more? And then they come to YouTube or to wherever and they think that people know exactly what's going to happen. And the truth is, nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. But you're here, so you're an OG, and I think that the people that are here right now will be more successful long term because you're able to be here in the rough times, right? They tell you, know who your friends are. Your real friends, you find out when times are tough, right? When you're a pariah or things like that, and your real friends stay with you. I think that's similar right now in the crypto market. The people that are still here, still watching my videos, still interested, still learning. Those are the people I think long term will be successful, and I really appreciate every single one of you that you are joining me. Even if it's just one a day. I know the morning videos get much more love, but that's okay. I understand why. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here today, how the markets open up, what happens with the Iran US situation, what happens with the UK Prime Minister today. Does he quit? No quit? Doesn't quit? And if we get any interesting Clarity Act updates as well, I'll of course update you on all of this. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, ring the bell so you get those notifications. And don't forget about our competition with BTCC if you are interested. Again, link is in the description down below. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.